So there we have the city of Apple Valley. There's the city of Apple Valley street sweeper. He just pulled over to the side of the road. So we're going to go see what he dropped off. Just bear with me as I turn around here. So there we go, is the city of Apple Valley Public Works. And what you see here is the street sweeper dropping off his stuff. So hang on a minute. So I'm going to get out of my truck and I'm going to show you what's going on. So the guy has his routine, it's obvious. I was just driving down the street and I saw this guy pull over and I thought, you know, I videotaped this before. I'm going to videotape this again. Check this out. Basically, you can see the width of it. See the width of it? Now, obviously, this has been here for a little while. And then you see the width of this. And now we're going to go over and we're going to videotape the width of this. The guy just pulls off the side of the road. And if something what? Was the bottle an issue? So he stops, shakes it, puts it in reverse. What does he do? That stuff right there. But you saw him leaving here. There's his tire tracks. So what he does is he just pulls over onto public property. In this case, it's public property, I'm assuming, and dumps his load. And what you can see right here on this one, sorry about that, but you can see right here to right here the texture changes because he scooped up that gravel as he passed over, and then he just dumps whatever. And that would be your town of Apple Valley. 1, 2, and number 3. I'm going to show you that width, the travel. So from here to here is the same as that over there. And that's, you tell me, it's your tax dollars. Paying that guy to drive around, you're paying that guy to waste fuel, you're paying for wear and tear on the truck, and he dumps it on the side of the road. What we have here is another street sweeper dump zone in the town of Apple Valley. Basically, I'm going to measure this for you, and you can see that it's basically 66 inches wide like all the other ones. And what you can also see is you can see the pattern that it makes as he comes off the road to the right and to the left. So he drove off onto private property and dumped his load. And what I don't understand is if you're paying a man to clean the street, why do you dump the trash on the side of the road for it to blow back in the street? This would be Frank Robinson's concept of local control. I call it piss poor management. I also call it a half-assed job, Frank. I also call it as you get paid $340,000 a year. The guy who manages, the driver of this street sweeper probably gets $150, and his supervisor probably gets $100. He probably gets paid $80, so that's $340, $400, $500, about $700,000 to dump the trash on the side of the road. So, the only excuse I'll accept, Frank, is a breakdown in communication, because it's the only one that's going to work. It didn't work the last time. It's not going to work this time. There you go. Town of Apple Valley, where they dump their waste for a better way of life. Just so you all know, let's put a timeline on this. I don't know if you can see that or not with the glare, but it's the 18th of July, 2016. Thanks, Frank. Fine job. Okay, we're on Algonquin in Apple Valley. You can see the road's just been repaved, which has happened recently. It's July 20th, 2016, and this is another location that the street sweeper from the town of Apple Valley has dumped his trash. And as you can see in the video, to the left you can see the line, to the right you can see the line. There's the one on the left. I'm not going to yank out my tape measure. It's 66 inches wide. It's pretty obvious that this is the norm. Street sweeper just dumps his trash on the side of the road. We've got videos of the street sweeper dumping his loads at the Horseman Center, and town of Apple Valley code enforcement would want you to get a receipt from where you're dumping at a legal dump site. But apparently when they dump on private property, which is what this is, they don't need a receipt. They just, case closed. That's how they handle it. As far as the town's concerned, this matter is closed. And that is their way of saying, we don't want to talk about it. Just like the water theft in a vault owned by Liberty Utilities, they cut the lock. And Frank Robinson's excuse was it was a breakdown in communication, so this will probably be another breakdown in communication. And according to Frank, if he had local control, things like this and burglary and grand theft water. Hey, I just realized there's grand theft auto and now there's grand theft water. The town of Apple Valley has created another crime. I don't think that's ever happened. So anyhow, basically I don't even follow the street sweeper guy. I could sit down at the yard where he parks and wait for him to leave in the morning and go around. But these things are so prevalent throughout the town that I don't even have to do that. I just drive around, camera on the center console, charging up, and Frank's local control gives me everything I need. So here you go. This is actually like my third one in 3 days. There's the July 20th timestamp. And here you can see the duals at the back of the city's street sweeper. And he came around here and he left. So you can tell this is really fresh because he left dust marks in the street and they're not gone. So this is kind of how the town has no regard for private property. They have no regard for city-owned property. And they're not going to have any regard for your city-owned water company. They'll just, basically, it'll be behind a fence and you won't see it. But this just shows you right here Frank Robinson's attitude towards the citizens of the town of Apple Valley. I'm getting my $340,000 a year and I really don't care. So, there you go. Frank Robinson. Good job. Okay, so we're over here at T.O.A.V and Bear Valley Road. Across from the Dollar General store. And the town of Apple Valley street sweeper strikes again. Look at all this crap. You see how he just comes off the road. And there's his little swipe right there and over here. So we've got our 66 inches. And I thought the whole point of a street sweeper was to pick up the trash and haul it away. But apparently in the Apple Valley doctrine of local control of Frank Robinson, we just do whatever the heck we want, where we want, when we want, how we want. So there you go, Frank. Another breakdown in communication. I guess nobody explained to the street sweeper guy that you take the trash to an approved dump site. And if we have to start asking for a receipt to prove that you have dumped it legally, then I guess we're going to have to go to the city council meeting. So, right here, once again, 23rd of July, 2016. And we've got a bunch of these. But this is just one more. I was driving down the street and it was obvious that street sweeper strikes again in the town of Apple Valley. Pick it up, dump it out. There you go. Oh, and by the way, Frank, good job. I hope the town of Apple Valley citizens are proud. And while we're at it, how you going to run a water company, Frank, when you can't even handle a street sweeper? Just got back from filming over there at the golf course at your well where it's leaking and your 480 volt 3-phase panel was accessible to children because some town idiot didn't put the locks back on. That's a breakdown in communication, Frank. And that's pretty much what local control is going to be like under your command. Okay, town of Apple Valley, better waste of life. Okay, so T.O.A.V, Bear Valley Road, you can see the telltale sign of the street sweeper swipe. And there's the trash that he left behind. All of the debris. You can see all the little pieces of plastic, caps to bottles, just trash. So he swings in, dumps his load, and he takes off. And that would be Frank Robinson's local control. So we're going to go down here because here's another obvious street sweeper dump. So here's one more street sweeper dump. It's got papers in it, trash. See all the little things? So we're not really sure what the point of a street sweeper is if you just dumps his stuff on the side of the road. But apparently, it can't be a breakdown of communication because it happens so frequently that he must be told to do this. And it's the 26th of July 2016, so we're going to make a video now. We've got enough to where you can see this is a pattern after pattern after pattern. And like I said, it happens so frequently that it's not a breakdown of communication, it is a point of communication. And that would be Frank Robinson, town manager, who wants to run your water company. I don't think so. I think we need to do two things. Vote to be able to vote for the purchase of the water company, and vote to get rid of the two incumbents so we can get some new blood in there, because these guys are just running rampant with their good old boys politics, and Frank Robinson hangs out with them on weekends. So they're all buddies, and we need to split the buddies up for the interest of the town, not the interest of those elected officials. Okay, town of Apple Valley, a bitter waste of life.